No self-respecting village would be without a pub. Portslade went one better than that. Not only did the village have 2 pubs, but it also had a brewery supplying award-winning beer. The Stag's Head was built in 1662. However, it's very likely that a pub was serving locals long before this. Indeed, Portslade Village's first ever police officer was employed in 1576, no doubt to help deal with the drunken behaviour of the local farmhands. 3 doors up, you can see the George Inn. The George has been in existence on the same site since 1720. It is likely that the pub is named after King George II. The current building was built in the 1930s. When the Romans were living in Portslade in the 1st century, beer was considered a drink just for the peasants. But by the time of the Norman conquest in 1066, beer was commonplace for all to drink and was a safer alternative to water. The first mention of a brewery at Portslade is in 1789, when a cottage and a brewhouse is sold. It made sense for any enterprising local to set up their own brewery to supply the thirsty population. The striking landmark in the old village is the towering chimney of the former brewery. John Dudney founded Portslade Brewery in 1849. The brewer expanded into this custom-built premises in 1881. Dudney's choice of this location for a brewery was a natural spring that flows 250 feet beneath the premises. The chimney bears a shield with the initials D and S for Dudney and Sons. At this time, the cost of a pint was 2 pennies, what a labourer would earn for about 20 minutes' work. In 1884, the brewery was sold to the brothers Walter and Herbert Muse, who we mentioned earlier in their homes at Whichcote and Loxdale. The brewery became incredibly successful, and by the 1920s, under the ownership of the Smithers and Sons, now had 125 pubs. In 1929, Tamplins took over, and brewing ceased at Portslade in August 1930. The building was then used for a number of industries, including clothing manufacture and household appliance production. During the Second World War, the brewery was the perfect place for an anti-aircraft gun. Various army units and the Portslade Home Guard were also based at the brewery. In 1947, the brewery was bought by Le Carbon, a French company which designs and produces various electrical components. They were at the site until 2015, before relocating with the loss of 70 local jobs. Today, the brewery site is home to 46 apartments and houses with a gym on the ground floor.